Hello, gamers. Gamers and gamers. Hello. I don't know why does the second one come on first and then the first one? Very odd. How's it going, everyone? How's it going? Why is my mic so quiet? Hang on. I mean, that might be a good thing. Is it that button? Can you all hear me okay? It looks very quiet from the audio levels there. And I've done nothing to it. Cool hand cam? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crotch cam. Yeah, you've already made this comment. You've already made that comment. You've already had that bit. I'm playing Secret Rings, so yes, we have a second camera. How's it going? Yo, Droopy, yo, Theon, yo, Seagull, yo, Ursi. How's it going, everyone? Yeah, we're going to do another new category idea. I was going to do this yesterday offline, but I didn't get a chance. Or I was maybe going to do this another day. I don't know. Plans changed, and I was going to do this before Preventathon submissions closed, but I didn't get around to that. So instead, I was going to do it today. I was going to start early, but yeah, no, I ended up going out. So yeah, it's all good. We will start now and still do this submission. But I did last night do a marathon submission for We Play, very last minute for Preventathon. And I've submitted tanks. I've submitted We Tanks Pro, the mod, where you have like 30 lives, but the game is way harder. And you also have double bronze. I've submitted double bronze, which is 20 minutes. Although I know I can do it in less time than that. That just gives me a few attempts at charge. Great, more work for you. Yes, I was going to mention this. I didn't know if you knew, but congrats on your games committee application getting accepted. It's funny now. If the people in this chat that had something to do with something beginning with Gamescom, the number of people... I messed that up. But you know what I mean. Right, you're on Games Committee. I did Gamescom commentary. So there are now 2 people with something related to something beginning with Gamescom in this chat, which I find funny. Okay, right, let me just do the run. Okay. Yeah, so Droopy will be scrutinising my submissions for Preventathon, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I should probably explain what this category is before we get going. I'm going to give you a brief breakdown. I'm hoping it's going to have done this all properly. Yeah, rare sight of chronic gambler. Yeah, GG on the ILs for Astrobot as well, for Seagull. I became the line to prove that gambling is either good or bad. Yeah, that's the metric now of whether you'd be winning or losing based on doing the extra gambling. No conflict of interest here. Yeah, to be honest, I think that would probably be fair enough. If they just like, there are so many people on Games Committee, I feel like it would just make sense to exclude people who are in people's chats a considerable amount. And I would probably say that's the case for you and me. So yeah, I think that would make sense. But I'm not Games Committee, so if you want to give mine a 5 out of 5, then, you know, be my guest. Clearly won't be looking at mine or Ellie's ones. Well, Ellie is that's a different thing. But yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, there's still plenty of people to review the runs, I guess. 11 out of 10, Midi should be the marathon. Listen, why do you think gofish exists? That's all I'm saying. I keep shoehorning in deal or no deal for a reason, and you best believe I'm doing that again this year. Okay, anyway, this is you know what? I need to turn the game down a little bit for myself because I cannot hear myself think. This is any percent NG+. So the problem with any percent in this game is that it's a bit too long to submit to marathons. I realise that now. It is a it is something that I want to get into a marathon at some point, but I do have to face the fact that, you know, I might get this into somewhere, but it isn't really a marathon-friendly length for a lot of marathons that are short, a lot of marathons that are just over the weekend. I know for gofish, I would definitely struggle if someone else submitted this. I would definitely struggle to justify putting this in. I mean, if someone else wants to submit it, I will try and fit it in. But it is a lot hard to justify compared to, you know, you have to justify this or 3 half-an-hour runs, pretty much. So it is tricky when you're submitting something and it's like 2-hour estimate. And I know I can do it in less than that, but there's a few things in this game, like the Pirate Storm sub-warp boost gold medal, that can go wrong. So for the sake of a marathon, you kind of have to factor that in. But with this category, I'm shortening the estimate by 10 minutes. You might notice down here, the split, it's kind of funny. Normally I have to point up here to point my splits, but now I can just do that. The tutorials, Lost Prologue, they're gone. You might also notice, as the run goes on, I have merged the sections. What? Droopy, no. I'm pointing at the splits. I'm pointing at the splits. God's sake. No, Droopy cannot be trusted. No, don't take a clip. No, don't do that. Right, anyway, so let's get this back on track. Right, Sand Oasis. Sand Oasis is one section, not 2 sections. I think I just need to do the run. I need to do the run, I need to start my marathon commentary and then get it back on rails. Yo Ken Yoshi, how's it going? So yeah, Dino Jungle is obviously one section. Evil Foundry is all one section now. Levitated Ruin is all one section. And the main reason for that is because we're playing all the any percent levels, but with a bunch of extra skills. That's the main difference here. So, yeah, so at the beginning, it looks a little bit weird because all these skills at the top here, these wouldn't normally be unlockable skills. Like, they're just there by default. And then when you complete the game, these are then toggleable on or off, which is very odd. But that's just how the game is. What have I just done by doing that? What have I just deactivated by pressing it off for that? Why has it not saved something? Something should be in there that is not in there. Hang on a minute. I just configured this before the stream. Huh. What has changed? Why is this wrong? Because this should be exactly 210, I think. Oh, I think it's S Pearl Collector. It should be S Pearl Collector. Or no, I changed that back, didn't I? What do we have? Huh, that is very odd. Let me check this. I literally just did this before stream. So, I have a bunch of extra skills that we would not normally have. So 9 is in there, Charger. Charge reference. 12, 14, 20, 21, 34, 41, 47, 51, 57. Why is Aegis Slider off? That shouldn't be off. And then Skimmer's off as well. Huh. How strange. Those would be normal skills. But anyway, basically, from the beginning of the game now, we are going to have everything we would have at the end of a run, plus a little bit, because by the time this run finishes, we're going to have even more stuff. I've got a few other skills that I can unlock that are in the pocket. I've not really labbed them out very much, so we'll see how it goes, whether they're actually any use or not. And there are another 29 skill points worth of skills in there. But not just that, even if I don't unlock a bunch of extra stuff, we're still going to get more soul gauge, just by default. So, yeah, pretty much, this is going to speed up the game a little bit. Tutorials are cut. It's going to cut 10 minutes from the estimate. So I'm expecting this to be around 150, maybe 145 at a push. But we'll give this a go, and yeah. So, we will equip this one. and then we're going to get into the run. So, I will be quite focused for this run because, you know, normally, oh, hang on a minute. I need to delete the tutorials from my notes as well. Normally I'd be doing a bit more commentary, but because this is my first proper attempt at this, I did do this offline up to Pirate Storm, so I do have some familiarity with what to expect with like extra speed breaks and stuff. But yeah, not posted it in Discord. SMH. Unbelievable, GP. Unbelievable. Actually, no, this is entirely believable. Okay, let's do the run. Hello, I'm SMidi. This is a submission for Sonic and the Secret Rings. So, the main category in this game is any percent. However, I thank you for the good luck, GP. It's a little bit long. It's a little bit long for marathon submissions. At the moment, it's a 2-hour estimate for me. So this is the solution. It is NG+. Essentially, at the beginning of the game, you would have to play a bunch of tutorials in something called Lost Prologue. You would start with no skills. The game starts a little bit slow. It's a big criticism people have with this game. However, what this category does is we are basically playing on an existing save file. However, the difference with an existing save is that you can technically be, you know, maxed out, level 99, all the overpowered skills that basically make the game incomprehensible. If you haven't seen, like, a TAS of different ILs in this game, I would absolutely recommend it. There's a great hour-long sort of montage on YouTube of a bunch of different ILs with maxed out skills. It is incomprehensible. So to make up for that, what we're doing here is we are just taking a regular any percent save, the skills we would have on that one, which takes us to level 32 with 210 skill points, and we are just doing another run from there. So we have some very select picked skills here, a few extra ones, but pretty much most of the ones we would normally have at the end of an any percent run. But that is pretty much the run. We will start with Sand Oasis. This also does space out the bosses a little bit better as well, because any percent does have a problem where the bosses are all kind of grouped in some ways. So, we'll start the run. 3, 2, 1, go. So, right at the beginning, this is Sand Oasis. This is not normally a point where we would have Speed Break unlocked. Normally that takes about 35-40 minutes into the run to unlock that. But what we're going to see here is if I press 1, didn't quite work out, but that's fine. It barely makes a difference. Because what we have, as you can see, the game starts off immediately with us having sub-warp boost. And what that means is your acceleration is really high. It is very, very silly to see this at this stage of the run, because normally this would not be the case. Normally we'll be going a little bit slower through here, but it is all good. And we also have that gauge on the right-hand side. We would not normally have that at this point as well, as I was just saying, about 40 minutes into the run usually. This game is a bit of a meme because you literally do not use the D-pad for the first section of the run. The only time you use the D-pad is to use Speed Break or Time Break, which is what I just did. And essentially what those do is Speed Break will make you go really fast, Time Break makes you go really slow. Yo, Ellie, how's it going? But yeah, with these pearls, we pretty much pick these up, and when you get to an orange section on the soul gauge, that is when you can use your Speed Break. So when we level up in this game, we will get more access to more skill points, more skills as well, and not just that, but your soul gauge slightly increases in size a little bit, which is very good. So there's not really an opportune moment to use Speed Break after this point, so I will just use it here. And a lot of this in this start of this run is a little bit tricky for me personally, because again, we wouldn't normally have Speed Break at this point, so it's very tricky to know exactly when a good Speed Break is, because we wouldn't normally have it at this stage. Now another thing to mention with this game is the damage, you know, the XP you gain whether you take damage or not. And essentially, this is in a lot of ways, a glorified damageless run, which is very odd for Sonic. And by the way, if I hold 2 here, then we're going to get a ton of sliding. This is boosted even more because of one of the skills we have. And we can also go faster on the ledges as well. So it not only does it increase the skills we have, we also just go faster on these tedious sections, which is great. We are going to have to wait for these spikes, but that is all good. Yeah, it's speed break the game for a lot of this. Hey, it is Sonic though. So yeah, just like that, we are pretty much done with that section. That would probably take another 20 or so seconds. Well, it definitely feels like it because of cycles. If we were putting regular 80%. You might notice as well, I do have a hand cam on. It's not required, but it does kind of show just how jank this game is. I find it's very difficult to sum that up without that. So we're just going to do that. We cannot actually jump straight away there. We are going to get one there, though. And we're going to go for one final speed break through this final section. We're going to hold right because that avoids the enemies. And that is it. And we are done. And because we did that damage list, we are actually going to get a 2 times multiplier. Normally, the moment you take damage once, you lose multiplier down to 1.5 and so on. It goes lower and lower down to 1.0. And then if you have a mission where you actually fail the task, then you essentially only get 0.3 times multiplier for what you did. Only here for a couple of minutes until you have to move laundry? No worries. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions about the run, as always, with any of these commentated runs, then feel free. 3, 2, 1. So right at the beginning of every stage, you're going to see me jump and then straight away land. You pretty much get that fire move, and then it also just instantly increases your acceleration. So a lot of the enemies in this game, you can actually just dodge for free. Whoa, that was close. And the reason why I dodged that, actually, was because of a thing called... okay, that's interesting. Because of a thing where, essentially, when you're sliding, it's called Aegis Slider. When you're sliding, you are invincible, which it sounds very, very powerful. The main reason it is useful is because later on, some of the ledges you get to, if you are sliding, a lot of the time there's a lot of things in the way. So as long as you're just holding down 2 to slide, then you can actually go through there on slides, on ledges as well, which is great. Yeah, it did unfortunately take damage at the end, but there is a skill where whenever I take damage, I will actually gain soul gauge. That sounds very backwards if you played this game, but it is a really, really nice thing for runs, because normally you lose tons of gauge, of your soul gauge, whenever you take damage. However, not having that be a problem and actually gaining soul gauge can actually make damage boosting really good in NG+. And this is not an actual category, this is something that I've made up more so for American submissions. That's why I've been able to omit the tutorials. But we do have a few very minor things as well in here, such as going for faster homing attacks as well. The cooldown is lower. I will have to... Oh, that's unfortunate. I was going to say, I will have to let go of the soul gauge boost there, otherwise I will hit that jar. Because when your soul gauge, when your speed break even is active, you will hit a lot of different things and a lot of different enemies that you usually wouldn't. And yeah, unfortunately this stage is called Don't Break the Jars. So I broke the jar, so I have to do it again. But it's all good. Oh, that's close. So we didn't actually get the homing attack there, but we did still manage to make it. Don't drop my inputs now. Oh, we managed to skip one there. Interesting. Yeah, -1 jar. We'll do it again, but we will only do it for a very, very short time. So we're going to have to hold full left, full right, full left again. And then at the end here, go for 1, go for 2. That's going to hit the jar. That is unfortunate. I do actually have to delay my hits a little bit, because otherwise that happens. Yeah, that is unfortunate. That enemy just kind of gets you sometimes because of the fire. And the moment you get hit, there is no way to then recover from there. You are just going to fall straight into where the jar is. So we're just going to hold right here. And you might notice as well, this game is auto-run. I'm not holding any directions. And that is because the game kind of uses motion controls to power you forward instead. There we go. That is also the reason the game can get away with not having to use the D-pad for much of it. There we go. Nice. Just taking a little bit more time there. Then we managed to get through. Fantastic. Still managed to get double XP though, because that one was damageless. Very nice. And we're going to skip the cutscenes as well. Cutscenes make this game take a very long time. So there are other missions you might see in the mission select that we are not playing. For example, no pearls was in there, which is a very tricky one. Those are not in the any percent route. There are only very specific ones required for you to grab the world rings, and that is the law of the game. Basically, you grab the 7 world rings, and that is what allows you to access the true final boss. Nice, that's very good. You actually don't want to get the homing attacks there, because it's very slightly slower. So because of the skills we have, usually at this point in the run, we would not have as much handling, per se, for Sonic. But this time we can actually have quite a lot of control over where we're going. And I need to go back there. So a good thing is we have something called backstep. There we go. Yeah, we have something called backstep, which means that rather than having to just hold the Wii Remote upside down, which is literally how you move backwards in this game, instead what we can do is just press 2 and we will go back a lot faster. So this is head to head. And yeah, as I was mentioning in the introduction to the run, this does also, NG Plus compared to regular NE%, will actually merge each level, or each area, in a way, and its missions. Because, for example, with Sound Oasis, you would actually do a first section of Sound Oasis, and then you would come back later to play the rest of the levels, essentially. So this is now Uhu. This is a genie. We have to race to the goal. You can see how far ahead we are based on the distance. And this one's fairly simple. We should just be able to win this one. There's not really a lot that can go wrong in this one. And we also have the benefit of having a lot more soul gauge. This is actually the mission you would unlock the speed break for. And there we go. Yo, Scorch, how's it going? Thank you for the good luck. Oh, press the button. I missed the split button. Very sad. So, onto a little bit more of a trickier mission now. This is Die Hard Challenge, so these are pretty much damageless required missions. The moment I die is the moment I have to redo the mission. And a lot of the time there will be some tricky things scattered in these ones. As if this game couldn't be you know, ridiculous enough. It is now even more ridiculous. You successfully made a category extension. Let's go. I do love a good category extension. So we're actually going to go for the spring there, because that puts us on the right path. Whoa! DK Bongo, thank you for the raid. Love the name. Anyway, we're going to hold right here. There we go. We are through. Hope you got a good stream. I'll get you a shout out in a second. We are going to hold some of our soul gauge so we can actually go for this one. That is so we can pass through some of these spikes in this section. We're just going to hold left there, and we're going to go soul gauge right to the end. That's it. Top 10 saddest things in speedruns, missing a split. Anodyne all cards, interesting. Yo, TK Bongo, how's it going? Yeah, we are currently doing a Sonic and the Secret Rings speedrun. Yeah, first time chat being a raid. That's pretty based. Yo, you've been playing some Sonic Rush Adventure. Let's go. Must dash quickly, unfortunately, but must. I appreciate anyone who suffers playing through this game. Well, bless you. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Yeah, I see Sonic Rush Adventure in your recent categories. I love that game. Almost as much as this game. Now, I do enjoy speedrunning this game, to be honest. Nice, got the 20 ring. Want to speed break through this section, grab more of these rings. And speed break through this one as well. Make sure we hit the switch, and then we can just grab the last few. Nice. Thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate it. Was your first time playing? Yo, enjoy it. You will love the game. Trust me. It is honestly one of my childhood favourite games. Definitely a game I thought of learning at one point. 100% doesn't collect all of them due to like 20 being NG+. I see. Yeah, category extensions are always good. It's nice to have niche random categories, I guess. Ooh, managed to hit the spring, unfortunately. You don't really want to. That's fine. We're still pretty fast through here anyway. There we go. This one's just to beat the clock. We just have to get to the end in 2 minutes. You never can finish this game, but you want the party mode unlockables. Yeah, the problem is the party mode unlockables require you to pretty much 100%. Or not 100%, but that's unfortunate. I just was too fast there. Not 100%, but you need all the fire souls. So it's very tricky to actually get all that. Yeah, that's a case of us actually going a bit too fast in this run, because we have so many skills. Normally we would not be going that fast at this stage of the run. There we go. Yeah, I'm currently partway through a save where I'm trying to get the unlockables. And we're going to hold right here. We're hopefully going to phase through the wall. We did not, but we did kill the enemies. So that is the main thing. Yeah, you can actually phase through the wall there and make it all the way through. And jar.wav goes off. Break all the jars on the way through. And that is a level up, so we can actually activate some more skills if we want. We will do that later. But for now, we have a boss. There are bosses in this game. Yeah, if you're going for an any % completion of this game, or even 100%, I would personally say follow the route for regular speedruns. I have a route on my notes, exclamation mark notes. Literally just play the mission order on there, and then at least you will then, you know, be finishing the game in a reasonable amount of time. Because that's the main problem. Like, not knowing which missions to play is the problem. So here we're actually going to go for the right-hand side. Did not manage to get it. We're going to try and go for it instead with this one. Not quite. Yeah, you actually want to hit the right-hand side. No, didn't let me home in. Unfortunate. Alright, we'll go for the left one. That's fine. Yeah, the quick kill is for the right-hand side. We will try and get this, but it's just not going to reach. That's fine. Yeah, the quick kill is to go on the right-hand side, and the reason for that is because you can attack again. So yeah, we have managed to do that section, and we will wait until you get over to here, and we're just going to keep on homing attacking until we get all the hits, and there we go. Yeah, when you give this game a chance and you actually get familiar with the controls, it genuinely is good. It's just it takes a very long time to get used to the controls, and by then most people have given up with the game. So, we are done with Sound Oasis, moving on to Dino Jungle now. The good thing with that boss is it was actually damageless, so we did get 2 times XP. Very good for the bosses because they give a ton of XP. That is always good. Yeah, jar.ogg. So once again, another level we would not normally have speed break for. And all the other skills we have, in fairness. So we do have dinos chasing after us. I promise they're there. They're just a bit slower now, because we have so many skills. However, here, at this specific point, there will be one that charges in at you, and then you just dodge that one.
If we can just get across the bridge up ahead, we should be okay.
Yeah, the funny thing with this as well is the voice lines all activate at very specific points. So, because we're going too fast, a lot of the voice lines will actually get cut off now. Or at least get chained together quicker than they usually would. So we just farm an absolute bunch of pearls through here. We're going to go for the right hand side because this one is faster. We're going to wait for these springs to activate. We go for this as well, and then the spring.
And see what's inside.
And we're going to just use that fire attack. Fire attack does actually give us damage upon landing for any enemies. And motion warning. I don't know why this section is so bad. It just looks awful. Just don't watch the screen for that section.
I'm getting dizzy.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, the funny thing now is the voice lines are so close together. Shara says, I'm getting dizzy, and Sonic instantly says, excellent, in response.
Maybe that flying pod can help us across to the other
So
side.
once again, more motion control jank. We have to use the up and down motion with
Thanks.
the Wii remote to use that flying
How
path.
many of these guys are
Many such cases in the run.
End to them.
We will use speed break here though, make a little bit of use from it. There's not many opportunities to use speed break in this level, to be honest.
If those iron balls hit us,
There's not always a good chance
to
for
the
it.
water.
Just because it's there doesn't mean we always have to use it.
Be careful, Sonic.
So we will actually go this way. And you might think that was a bit of an auto-scroller section, but the way you go actually does roughly impact what happens in each part. Like, it will slightly change when you get to each section based on the cycle. And what we can actually do there is, yeah, thankfully the dino actually broke the other one early, which is great. And the great thing with this is we can actually just speed break the rocks now. You would not normally have speed break here, but you actually can just jump straight through there and be done with it. So again, catapults also motion control. Yeah, that's a very good point for speed break in this level. Probably the best part. And we're going to just very quickly homing attack to there. There we go. And that is the end of the level. We'll just do one more speed break.
Just a little more, Sonic.
And that is it. Much quicker than if we were to play this in regular 80%. I would say it's something a minute faster. And now we have a few more side quest missions we have to play. So next is the Die Hard challenge. And this one can be quite tough because at the end they decided to just add a bunch of cacti for no reason other than to troll you. That is a moon jump and a half. Basically in this game, if you land on a object at a funny angle, as in you instantly will fall off after, Sonic just boosts in the air and just gets a bunch of height and speed, and it's very good. It's very weird, but it's very good. And that's exactly what happened there. So we can actually just skid through a lot of this section. Oh, didn't quite get another one there, but that's okay. There we go. All done. And there's another burst of momentum, as I was saying. Whoa, not quite making it through there. That's okay. We will speed break now. We have the means to do so. Getting hit actually did give us the soul gauge for that. Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought it didn't activate there. I pressed it twice and then it deactivated the first one. Yo, Catherine, how's it going? Hope you've been enjoying the bank holiday. Hope everyone's been enjoying the bank holiday today. I went out earlier. And I am now in doing a submission of Secret Rings. Had a few mistakes so far, but it should still come under the comfortable estimate I got for this. We got an hour 50 for this. Should be fine. Yeah, managing to get another one there. Just making sure I slide through those sections, otherwise we will end up having to wait. I will try again in this section. Here we go. And we'll speed break now. So a bit risky using up my rings to get more speed break, but here we are. And now we'll get through it. There we go. I will be very careful here because there is flames going on. There we go. Yeah, it can be a very, very tricky section if it wants to be. And I'm just going to grab some more rings there as well. And then we will speed break through the rest of this, because you will just dodge the cacti for free. Usually they are a big problem in any percent. They are not here. And that is the level done. So next is Rampage, and Rampage is a very, very silly mission idea in this game. We will not see it for this one, but we will see it for some others later on. Pretty much most other Rampage missions. So it wants us to defeat 10 enemies. And the thing with that is that you can actually just cycle through the same enemies over and over again if you can go in a loop. This level does not let you do that, but there are some levels later on that will let you do that, and it is much faster. In fact, there is one level that's very important in 80% because it gives us the sub-warp boost, the very powerful skill that I'm using at the moment to go fast. So here we're going to go for this. We're then going to fall and then go for the homing attack, and that will instantly make us go to the second one rather than the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, we also have the one enemy rampage, which is a very funny idea. Yeah, we're going on a real rampage there. There we go, managed to get that hit because I used the fire attack. You don't actually need to use all your homing attacks now, you have the extra skills.
Maybe we can use its attacks to get to the other side.
I'm gonna go for... Oh, that's unfortunate. I will try and go back. It's not gonna let me, sadly. That's fine, we've got plenty of extra backup enemies in this level. But what I will do is I will go for this, and the reason for that is this will change the direction we will go in a minute. Just going to wait a little bit, otherwise you will go past the switch, and as you might have seen, the dino actually changed direction there. So if we now go for these, and we just speed break through this section, we're now going to be on 9. That would have finished us off, but unfortunately the game did not play ball. That is fine. We will finish off at this section instead. No, we won't. No, we won't. No, we won't do that. That is unfortunate. I am going to have to try and back it up by going into a hit. Otherwise, we are going to end up getting to the end, and we will not finish the mission because we will be on 9 and not 10. So you always know your backups. There you go. See, had I continued there, that would not have... That would have meant a retry. That's not good. So next is stealth attack. Now we don't need to defeat enemies. Or we need to not defeat enemies. A little bit of a difference there. Don't need to defeat enemies will be a regular stage. Don't defeat enemies. That's a different instruction. So, this one, of course, just to troll you even more, you have a bunch of extra enemies scattered around. Just to be extra annoying. And these are actually launch rings, but because they are tutorial rings, we can actually just launch straight through them. So we're going to hit that switch there, change the path again. This way is going to be the top path. And the intended way is actually to go the other way, but we are going to go for a very tricky route here. Yeah, so unfortunately that does not work. Because of... Okay, I'm going to have to go back down here. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to have to go the intended way. Yeah, because of the skills we have, it actually makes it impossible to do the skip here. So what we have to do now is we have to do this very risky red launch ring and grab this red, this rich ring without hitting the enemy. Very, very tricky. There we go. That is the only way of getting through there without killing enemies. If you fully contract the launch ring, then it will kill the enemy. And that is the end. Pretty good. Yeah, you have to change a few strats in this run depending on what you're going for. I may have missed it, but do you have different ring skill loadout for certain levels? It's a good question. No, I don't. When I start to think about adding more skills in and working out exactly which ones are good to add, I think that will probably be a thing. I do have 4 extra skills in the pocket for later, but I won't activate them just yet. A lot of the time save in this run is just purely not having to keep equipping and unequipping skills. Like, that saves us a solid minute or 2 compared to an 80% run. In an 80%, we'd be constantly... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Just jump straight in the water then, Sonic, okay. Yeah, it does just save us a little bit of time not having to do that at all, if I'm honest. So we're just going to skip that enemy, go straight to this one. And we're going to go down here. We are actually going to wait here, and we're just going to speed break the egg. Normally my route in any percent does not play this level when you have speed break unlocked. You can actually speed break the eggs, which is kind of funny. You actually don't want to go all the way, otherwise you get a spring that leads you onto a bad path.
Gotta make sure I dodge those iron balls.
Yeah, those are an instant kill if we hit those, so Sonic is right. Listen to Sonic. He is telling the truth. And we're going to go for another speed break here. There we go.
Great job, Sonic.
You got to speed break the eggs to make an omelette. Yeah, it's like an instant cook, surely. At that speed. So, funny thing here, you can actually get hit if you don't land and then go for the homing attack on this one. It just doesn't work properly. So once again, using the fire attack for the final hit. And we will do the same thing here. So yeah, the fire attack does count for 1 hit on each of these. The fire attack usually just increases your damage. But it also just acts as a piece of damage in general. So next is Evil Foundry. Thanks to some lore-related randomness in this game, I guess. Just weird lore stuff. You normally have to play Evil Foundry 1 and then come back later. But because we have the luxury of playing on an existing file, we can actually just do this now. We can do all of it now, which is great.
Yeah, but it's no ordinary
So we're actually just going to go full right here, dodge everything that's in the way. And once again, we are going to skid by holding the jump button on the ledge and just skip the entire thing. Normally you'd have to go through at least some of that. And the funny thing here is the cycles are completely different. Very tricky to dodge that last one because we're going a bit too fast compared to a regular run. Very, very tricky. Yeah, who's going to rock the place, chat? Who is going to rock the place? It's a great question. Many people have wondered.
The air is so hot in here.
But yeah, basically this is, when you get to the end, the lore is that this area is really hot. So, to come back and defeat the boss, you actually need to grab the Water World Ring from Pirate Storm.
Strike the creature in the head from someplace high
But
up.
here, we're not going to bother with that. We've already got all the stuff we need from the regular any percent run. So we're going to get to the top here. We have a bunch of speed break we can use later. We're going to hold right because you can just dodge a bunch of enemies in this game for free. We're going to hold left so we usually would go on that rail. Instead, we're going to just go the bottom path. That is fine. Go back here, charge up and jump. That's not what I wanted. I did not do the motion there, game. Yeah, this Wii Remote just gives me phantom input sometimes. Very tricky when running this game.
Speed break.
Just gonna speed break through some of this. That's not what I wanted. That's fine. Yeah, you don't really want to be using the rails. They're a bit slow. I do have a skill that makes me slightly faster when going on rails. That uses rings while I'm on the rail. Which is a good thing in a way, because the skill that gives me rings when I take damage technically gives me soul gauge. Oh, that was close, almost got squished. It's not an instant kill, but it would have squished me. Technically, it gives me soul gauge when I use rings. So in theory, it would give me soul gauge when I use rings on a rail. So I need to be a little bit careful through here because we are going way faster than usual. The game is struggling to keep up, if I'm honest. There we go, jump into there. Yeah, messing up Evil Foundry. Yeah, listen, this runs very different when you've got more soul gauge to work with and you've got more speed. So there is a skip here though, we're going to go for it because it does still work. There it is. Usually you have to wait about 5 seconds for extra enemies to spawn there. We're not going to do that. I am just going to wait for this spike ball to go though. Yeah, if you do very precise homing attacks there, then that will work. And what we can do here is we can just launch the spike balls out of the way. Very funny to watch that. You can just launch the spike balls out of the way. Usually they are very tricky to dodge because of the awkward camera angle. Not the thing here. Since the beginning of time, philosophers have yet to answer one simple question. Who's gonna rock the place? So, this is what we would normally do on the revisit to Evil Foundry. This is now us getting back into Evil Foundry to not die, pretty much. So this can be tricky because of the constant pits lying around. However, this level doesn't have any of that. We're actually going to go top half anyway. So we're going to go up here, grab 1 pearl. That is fine. I'm actually going to take damage here, just so I can get some soul gauge. Great thing about abusing that skill. Okay, that's more soul gauge. Not a lot, because I only had 7 rings, but it is a little bit. Gonna just grab a few rings for safety. Yeah, great thing about this, does make it a little bit more marathon safe, if I'm honest, because we're not relying on skills. There are no really important skills. You can be under-leveled in this game, and compared to the skills you actually want to have in a regular any percent run, but in here it's not a problem at all. But even in regular any percent, it's not really an issue, because all the really important skills that boost your damage or boost your speed, they're not affected by your level, so it doesn't really make a difference. It's just a convenience and slightly faster speed thing rather than a this will kill the run thing. So because of fire gaze, which is the area of effect fire attack we haven't really seen the area of effect yet, but we will now. So watch this. We're going to get to here, we're going to adjust a little bit, and we're going to get to the middle, and we're just going to hit all 3 orbs instantly, rather than needing to wait. So we're going to get through here. Whoa, game is not keeping up. We're going to go 1, 2, and a stomp. And as long as it registered my stomp correctly, we will actually get a 2 cycle here rather than a 3 cycle. It actually does want you to 3 cycle this boss. No. Come on. Let me through. That's going to kill me. That's unfortunate. The game is not playing ball right now. And again. Yeah, so the moment it skips that, we do have to retry the entire boss when that happens, sadly. That is fine. We will land here. We'll just speed break to get through. There we go, and we're going to get some rings here. There we go. We go back to here, hit this one, go for you, just hit all 3 at once again. That is what should have happened. And that is a 2-cycle boss. Usually the 3rd cycle actually doesn't involve the orbs at the beginning and it throws a bunch of barrels at you, but that's tricky. And yeah, very, very quick boss there. And that is it. That's another level up. However, what we have now, we are not actually done with Evil Foundry. We have to escape Evil Foundry. The cutscene I just skipped essentially shows the boss sinking into the lava, but because of that, the whole place is now going to explode because it has also dropped a time bomb. So we need to get out within 3 minutes. And the time bomb will also drop the red world ring, which again, as I mentioned earlier, we need those to unlock the true final boss. So So this, again, another level where we would not normally have this this much soul gauge to work with. We would have, because of the revisit, and actually we're going to go for this route here because this skips some of the other bit. I didn't do that game. I think you'll find the face cam shows otherwise. So we're going to go for this. Go for... It keeps doing that. Why is it doing that? Because that's not what I'm doing. You go for this. There. There. Thank you, game. Yeah, because of the revisit, we would actually have already played Pirate Storm at this point, so we would have sub-warp boost, which is the thing making us very, very fast. And I am actually going to use this this launch ring, because it makes us do this. Get all of that. And the same thing here. Just wait for the cycles to line, and we just get through all of that section. Speed break through this. Very tricky now, because I am still on 0 rings. There are not any rings at this stage. There we go. Now we've finally got some more. Just going to pick up a few of these pearls. I do have a skill pearl collector that allows me to have a little bit of a more generous pickup for pearls, rather than needing to run directly into them. But we still do want them.
Sonic, it's just a little further.
And that is it. 80 seconds left on the clock. We are done. Yo, James. Thanks for the good luck. How's it going? So, next up is Levitated Ruin. First one here has a very interesting skip. It is called LR1 skip, Levitated Ruin 1 skip. We're going to see it a couple of minutes in, and it will save us a solid 2 to 2.5 minutes if I do it first try.
3, 2.
This is also one of the best tracks in the game. This game has a banger OST, but this is well up there.
Be careful, Sonic.
Like, this is the main track with no vocals, and it is still just really, really good. I'm doing pretty good. Had a bit of a chilled bank holiday. It's a public holiday in the UK. So we're chilling. We're doing a marathon submission at the moment. This is not a real category, but it is something I've made up to make the run a little bit shorter. Hopefully it's going to take about 1 hour and 50. Maybe less. We seem to be doing pretty well so far. So here, these pearls actually give us 20 regular pearls instead of the usual 1 for a regular pearl.
Maybe we should go down.
And we actually kill a bunch of enemies on our way through there as well, so we get loads of soul gauge back.
This Sinbad must really be someone special.
Ooh, got hit there, unfortunately.
He's one of
It's
this
fine, just gives us more soul gauge again. And we're going to use these rails to our advantage. Get up to the top here, jump through here, go up to this statue. You have to go up to the statue to then just go through here. And then we're going to wait a little bit, do an air little boost there.
After him, when your soul gauge has
And yeah, this section is one of the main sections where the voice lines get cut off a lot. And we actually have a setup there based on when Shara says, "Hey Sonic." That's when we speed break. And because we have a boosted soul gauge because of NG+, we are actually speed breaking through the whole section, which is great. I'm just going to do this. Hopefully we can get through here. Thank you, Sonic. And we're then going to go this way. Please get up. There we go. Yeah, very, very tricky section because of the wind fighting against you. As if they needed to make this game any more awkward. You have a bunch of, like, wind fighting against you in this stage. I don't know why. I don't know why they made it so difficult for no reason. Anyway, we're coming up to LR1 skip. Basically, what we're going to go for here is abusing these auto-run sections to... we're just going to speed through that section. Again, the extra speed is breaking some of these things. Normally, we wouldn't get into these. So we're actually going to abuse the fact that you can use these rails. No, not quite making it through there. We are going to give it another try. So we're going to have to use our damage boost. Yeah, this game is very tricky. Not just that, but knowing which levels to play is also really awkward. So this is a very tricky skip because if you go too far, you actually will... the good thing is we can actually retry quicker because of our soul gauge. Yeah, if you go too far, the game will lock you onto the onto the path. So what you want to do here is hold up and right. We're just going to hold it now. The game will eventually clip us in. And this fortress just happens to have the goal at the top. That is why we are going for this one. And any second we will be in. There we go. So we get to the top here. Thankfully there are not too many threats, assuming these ropes actually play ball. Just going to speed break through those sections. Speed break through here as well, because we have the speed break to spare. Do not fall back down. That's not what I wanted. That is fine. And that is it. And as you can see, the game does not intend us to be there at that stage. This is a very, very long one normally. It would take you like 5-6 minutes or more. Yeah, if you're looking to beat this game casually, I would say do what I did and copy the speedrun route. Knowing which missions to play casually makes a huge difference to the enjoyment of this game, if I'm honest. Because all the any % required missions are actually really nice. Also, shout out to the fact this is a rampage stage with one enemy. Big funny. Yeah, we're going to go on a real rampage, chat. We took 6 seconds. That was a real rampage. Yeah, I would say the any % required missions are actually really nice. And the game doesn't tell you which ones you need to play. As soon as you play one that isn't required in any %, it is just so difficult. Like, the non-any % missions are so tricky. Like, if they communicated to you which missions you had to play, this game would be so much better. Like, a lot of people complain about the controls in this game. The controls are the worst of the problems. Knowing which missions to play is half the battle, if I'm honest. That is a hit. So yeah, because usually you'd actually only lose 20 rings when you get hit, but because of this skill I have, where I gain soul gauge when I get hit, that is the reason why I'm actually gaining tons, because it actually increases the damage I'm taking. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to do this. Slide through there, makes it invincible. There we go. Yeah, it pretty much, like, it's just guessing until you know which missions to play. It's really unfortunate. Like, that's the main reason this game kind of sucks. As soon as you know which ones to play, it's actually a decent game. Like, I was, at the beginning of this year, I'd never beaten this game. And I was playing the game casually. I got stuck in, like, Pirate Storm, I think, before I just gave up and looked up the speedrun route. And suddenly the game was fun again. Like, I had a lot more fun with the game after that point, if I'm honest. Go. I only need to defeat this enemy at the top. The other way. There we go. Getting more soul gauge. Listen, we're not taking damage. We're soul gauge farming. That's what we're doing. So the funny thing with the ropes in this section is if you don't go quick enough, you will actually end up going back down again, because the game wants you to clip onto the ones you've already hit. Ooh, that is not good. Let's grab a ring here. I said let's grab a ring here. Okay, or not. Or not. I'm not picky. Game says no, apparently. Okay, sure, sure. I will go without my ring then. Worst case scenario, we just have to redo this fortress. There we go. That's how we left there instead. Just gonna wait for this spike ball. There we go. Go this side. Get this spring. Games are fun when you know you're making progress? No way. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that that is, like, the main critique I have for this game at this point. Like, it's so easily fixable. And I guess the lore of the game, like the cutscenes and stuff, kind of indicate to you what you need to do, but I don't know, not a ton. It could be clearer. It could be a lot clearer. Ooh, that's tricky. That's really tricky. Managed to get through with the fire gaze though. Nice. So in many ways the skills do make this easier, but also very tricky. Just gonna get back up here. Gonna go this way, make sure I hit the switch. That actually activates the spike balls. I will be grabbing that actually. Sonic and the rings you can't collect. Yeah, it's not really as catchy, is it? You can see why they didn't go with that. Well, they didn't go with that with a name. Yeah, I've never played Black Knight either, which is the other Sonic Storybook game, but I can imagine it's probably a lot of the same. Although that game does have nunchuck controls, which does also help. A lot of people just find it uncomfortable using motion controls all the time, which is fair. I mean, I'm fine with it because I play Wii series. Like, things like this. Normally, it's nigh on impossible dodging stuff like this, but when you have setups of where to go on these rails, it just becomes way easier.
That was close.
Ha! No problem.
You played that one and you liked it? Yeah. Yeah, that is interesting then. That is not what I wanted, but you know what? I will take the Fire Soul. Fire Souls do give you 500 XP. And they also unlock things in the game. Okay, I didn't want to do it there, but sure. At least we can show off the skip now. So what you want to do, go full left, speed brake, go through the gate, that's it. Usually I wouldn't get to show that off if I don't have the soul gauge, but because of taking damage giving me soul gauge in this run, that's why I was able to do it. So here, very careful not to activate the wrong spring, otherwise we're just doing the same section again. And I'm going to jump at that cage, just to make sure we increase our speed a little bit. Go back here, get on this one, and we're now at the end.
Speed break. Finished.
And that's the level. And at the end here, all we have to do is do one jump, and Sonic will jump backwards. And get to the goal. That is it.
Easy.
Very, very long mission. Actually longer than the go for the goal mission, which is quite funny. Even if you don't do the skip. And next, very, very quick one this time. This is Don't Get Defeated. This one is only about 30 seconds long, but it also has a little bit of a skip we can do. Similar to the red rings we grabbed using a specific spring in the last one. So we're going to hold jump, we're going to go backwards using the homing attack there. We're then going to go for this. We're going to go for this spring. We're going to go back down here. We are going to speed brake to dodge the enemies, get into the middle spring, and now we are on the red rings to go straight through everything. No danger anymore. And that is it. And we're done.
That was tight.
What did I think about Sonic Frontiers? I hate to say it, I've never played Frontiers. I love the music from Frontiers, but I've still not played it. The bits of it I've seen, I did watch speedruns of it for like the first few weeks, and I've seen people play it casually as well. It looks pretty fun. I did see about pinball. I did see people hated pinball because it was required in the speedrun until people managed to skip it. Yeah, this game thinks it's a puzzle game sometimes. There's a bit of an identity crisis going on in this game. It thinks Sonic, but also puzzle. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, so he will shield himself. That's fine. Go for you now. There we go. And it would be nice if my inputs went through. There we go. So this is a mission where we actually need to defeat 20 enemies. So as I was mentioning, we're going to kill this one. We're going to kill this one. We're going to jump back down again. Why are we going to do that? Well, if I go to here, I can respawn this enemy. With a carefully timed input there as well, we can hit the second enemy, because it doesn't respawn in time for us to do a homing attack. And being very careful here. Because the moment you go forward, you cannot do this. You cannot backtrack. The game tries to prevent you from doing this, but because some of these are in loops, it does not. It fails. This is at least 4 missions off the top of my head in the game have this manipulation. One of them is very important, as I mentioned earlier, because getting the gold medal on Pirate Storm Rampage will give you sub-warp boost. Very, very good skill. Increases our acceleration. That is one of the best executions I've had of that. Yeah, I really should play it at some point. I really should. I have a big backlog for Sonic games, to be honest. For a lot of games. The problem for me is a lot of the time I spend playing games is learning speedruns and doing speedruns.
3, 2, 1, go!
Let's go, Shara.
Be careful, Sonic!
So we are now on to Pirate Storm.
Seas have turned stormy.
Well, so much for a vacation.
This is the main point in the run where the only real difference we're going to have between this and any percent now is just a boosted soul gauge, which is a great thing for this stage. But yeah, at this stage we would actually have most of the skills, except sub-warp boost. We still would not have sub-warp boost at this stage of a 80% run.
Looks like you can do a homing attack.
So some of these barrels you will be able to go straight for, some of them you have to wait until they sink and then reappear.
Watch out. When you see him shuddering like that, don't use your homing attack.
So this one we'll go for, nice cycle. And we'll go for this one as well. Great cycles there. That was a bit risky, but I'm glad I went for it. Nice. So here we're just going to keep spamming jump. Get through there. Decent section. Only took damage once. That's not too bad. It's a very, very quick section compared to what we normally would do. That's not what I did. You want to wait a little bit longer there. I did hear about Bubsy 4D. Yes.
Sonic, wait!
Yeah, I've never played Bubsy, but to be honest, the things I'm hearing about it is that it isn't terrible, but Bubsy 3D set such a low bar that I would hope that's the case.
Oh, you are so reckless.
So here we're actually going to speed break through. We are then going to jump straight past here, otherwise we have to kill all these enemies. There we go. Onto here, we're only going to do a small catapult, and the reason for that is because if you do a full one, you cannot do this skip, which is getting on this rail, jumping, then going down here, and then hitting the switch, and going straight through. What we can also do here is speed break, and that will kill all the enemies because it makes you invincible.
I think I can do a homing attack on the
So the
sword
first one
next
here,
time.
we're just going to hit one sword, go through here, speed break again, and kill this guy.
Speed.
Once again, speed break should do it. Sometimes it doesn't play ball. That's fine. We'll just go for a normal hit.
Whew, that was pretty rough.
Sonic, are you hurt?
Whew.
Oh, it's so pretty.
And we'll speed break through the spikes again. Almost got through there without getting caught on
Proceed
those.
with caution.
Nice. Usually those spike balls are a real pain, but managed to get through this time. I think it's also partly the sub-warp boost. We wouldn't normally have it at this stage.
Had me worried there for a second.
Nice, good pearl collection there. Lots of extra soul gauge to work with. And this one's a bit of a bait. You don't actually get through there. And there's a little bit of a skip here. If we go a very precise timing, you can get through without killing the enemy. That is fine, though. Still managing to kill the enemy.
Okay, let's use this.
Are you kidding me?
And we're now in the water section. As far as I know, you can't fall in here, but these rings do just speed you up, so we're just going to use those anyway. I haven't exactly tried getting hit by every obstacle here.
Great job, Sonic.
And we're now going to go for a little skip. Okay, I need to go backwards now. Thank you. So we're just going to hit those two enemies. Don't have to get through the gate. The gate is very slow.
Don't strain yourself too much.
It's fine. Go through here. And we will speed break this final section. We're done. Nice. So, it's been a little while. We are going to equip some more skills. So, this is the Die Hard challenge. And instead of going straight in, we are going to equip. We have 18 more skill points, so I'm going to equip Fire Tackle. Actually, no, we don't want that one anymore. I labbed that one out. We don't want that. We want Homing Balance and Balance. That's what we want. We do not want Fire Tackle. Fire Tackle is useless. Fire Tackle boosts our damage when we do a short jump. But all it does is it does this little like purple effect and a sound effect. It's a little bit irritating, and also I did a test run of this the other day for about an hour up to this point, and I found 0 uses for it. So I will not be using that. What I will be doing though is going for a tight cycle, not quite making it. That's fine. That's a cycle I normally go for in any percent. This is a different cycle because of me going fast at the beginning, so I probably shouldn't have done that.
Good luck, Sonic.
Whoa! Don't want to fall here.
Nice, managing to skip the spring entirely because of the speed. That's what we want to see. The 100% foul party mode, yeah. I should really get back to doing the 100% foul, shouldn't I? That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, this is a very tricky bottleneck in 90% runs. This level. We're going to go for the fast skip again, why not?
Good luck, Sonic.
It's the first one.
Whoa! Don't want to fall here.
No! Oh, nice backup. Managing to stick the landing onto the spring with Stomp.
Maybe we should go up.
So you gotta have your backups in the pocket.
Good job.
There we go. Now we go straight forward. We're not going to go for those rings. It is a waste of time. If the motion controls don't work, then you will die. That's not really worth it. Gonna go straight into the flying pot here. Thank you for actually cooperating, game. Right, here we're going to play very, very slowly, because otherwise, the moment you get hit here, you cannot get out of dying.
No problem.
Because the pot will just fall, and Sonic will go straight in the water. We'll use this rail,
Just a little bit.
and speed break through the final bit. There we go.
Easy.
So next is going to be stealth attack.
Three, two,
This time this is a pacifist challenge again. So guess what they decided to do to make the game extra awkward this time? That's right, they added in a bunch of extra enemies. Yeah, not managing to stick the landing that time on the spring. That is fine. Oh, and the cycle's changed because of the respawn. That's fine. That will force me to play a bit slower. So here you have to wait for the spring, otherwise you're going to end up hitting the enemy. And because of the speed, once again, we can just blaze through that section. We're gonna go to the right here. There's only one spike ball this time, which is a little bit easier to manage. And a very, very mean enemy placement. Bit of a depth perception check there as well. But otherwise, that is the end of the level again. Pretty good. I will take that. And coming up is the ordinarily, in any percent, very, very tricky mission. This is required for you to get gold medal. Otherwise, your run is pretty much dead. So, gold medal here is sub 125. We shouldn't have too much trouble with that, considering we already have the skill we would unlock when we're using that. Or when we do the any percent run. We would not normally have this skill, but here we do. We have the skill that this level would unlock. Not just that, but we're also getting very, very fast timing attacks now. Like, as soon as one ends, we have, like, no cooldowns. So we have to go right back to where that spring is, get that enemy, get this one as well. Yeah, as you can see, pretty much the moment I finish one, we're on to the next one straight away. There's so many minor details that are boosted in this run. Normally this is a very, very tight timing. Normally I get around 120 here. We'll see what we can pull off. But the moment, same as the other mission, the moment I go past that platform, that's why I'm being very, very particular with my inputs. The moment you go past that platform, you cannot backtrack again. And you would have to get to the next section with enemies, which is very slow. So I did only get 2 on one of these, but that is fine. You only need 20, and we're using 7 cycles of 3, so that gives us 21. But it's not the end of the world with this one. Yeah, 118, so you just end up going a little bit faster there, even with a few missed inputs. And from now on, all the missions we would actually have all these skills unlocked. Except because we would be limited by the skill points, we wouldn't be able to unlock all of these. We wouldn't be able to use them all at once. We would have to limit the ones we use. Here we're using everything we'd use in any percent, plus a few. So this... Oh, I did not want to skip the cutscene. That is fine. That's just not something we get to do in a regular any percent run. It's all good. Yeah, so pretty much because of sub-warp boosts, we can actually... No... We can actually use sub-warp boost to just charge towards the boss, rather than having to wait for the boss to, or for us to get really quick. So here we have to wait. We cannot get the boss during this bit, but the moment it ends, we can actually go for it. And I'm doing this motion so much that the camera can't really keep up with it. And we actually intentionally go to the ramp for that section, so we can just go straight here again. That's not going to work. A lot of missed inputs there. Yeah, you're really just at the mercy of the controller for this, sadly. But with some good timings, you can at least get there. There were only a few hits left there. That's unfortunate.
Just one horn left. Time to finish this thing off.
It's not over yet, Sonic. Stay sharp.
And one more. One big one for the end. No, not working. That is unfortunate. Very strange. Imagine to get all these good timings though. That is the thing that I can do something about. Sometimes the motions just don't go through.
Hey, cheer up. The horns will grow back. Eventually. That was tight.
Alright, and that is the boss. So, next section is Skeleton Dome. So this is why they call it the skeleton goal. First one again, go for the goal.
Snow? No, it's something else.
So yeah, this is one of our first sections where we really want to have a lot of soul gauge to use.
Use them to climb up.
The good thing is if I get hit, I will actually have access to more. So it makes this a little bit less risky. There's a little bit less jeopardy if I get hit, which is a good thing. Go through here. Go through here. Thank you, game.
This doesn't seem very sturdy.
And we'll speed break through all this. No need to deal with obstacles when you've just got a soul gauge. And we can get those hits. And we will actually take the top path here by hitting those enemies. Reason for that is because if we go this way, just use the fire gauge to make sure I don't get hit there. Do a little speed break. And suddenly we're on the top path, which has a bunch of extra pearls. And not just that, but this section is now going to clear us through a little bit quicker. Just going to slide there, just to make sure I don't get hit by the saw cycles.
Watch out for the two-handed sword.
And these enemies can also be a bit of a pain. We do have to kill these ones, though, because we need to get through for this switch. And because we're so quick through this section, we actually just won't get hit at all. The enemies don't spawn in time. This game was play tested. No, in fairness, there was a lot to consider. You know, especially with oh no. Okay, good. Especially with, you know, having different skills and stuff like that. Like, it's not reasonable to have tested every possible combination of skills. It's not reasonable to expect people to play this game again once you've beaten it once and use all the skills you had. You didn't have the first time. Surely no one would do that. So we'll just speed break through this last bit. Oh, say that. Get caught because I stopped it. What we will do though is just slide through and we won't get hit by anything. Normally you would speed break through there, but I didn't have any. So we're just going to run through the right hand side as long as you're quick enough to get your acceleration up. It should be fine. Here. And the funny thing with this section is you actually just need to hit one enemy. And then you can dodge all the rest that don't spawn in time, once again. This game is great when you know exactly what you can dodge doing. And as long as I can hang on to my speed break here, which, you know, normally would be a problem if I take damage, but here is not, because I'm just going to be rewarded with more speed break. Assuming I don't die, though, we can just speed break through the entire rest of the level. And that's it. No one, until this runner from Britain rose to the challenge. Yeah, that's me. I'm the runner who decided to play this game more than once. So next is 40 enemies. The lore with this game is that the king we just found, King Solomon, has been, you know, kind of beaten up by the 40 thieves, and we're going to avenge him now in exchange for some information about where the evil genie is.
Don't get too careless.
Sonic has lore. Anyway, we need to hit these switches. We're going to hit all of them in order, hopefully. Assuming the gameplay's full. And I listen out for the switch game here.
Wow,
And then as soon as they have all been hit, the skeletons will arise.
So this is why they call it the skeleton dome.
So this is why they call it the skeleton dome. Yeah, I got hit there. Very careful with the red ring there. Gonna go for, yep, straight in there. Not gonna slow down for that. And then as you can see, everyone starts waking up, and we have a very set timing for each one of these. Although, I'm interested to see what's gonna happen because I have the extended hitbox for these, which is only gonna be helpful here in theory. Yep, gonna get you with the fire gaze. Area of effect, very good.
Wow, this place is huge.
So this one is actually very odd. You actually have to get parallel with that one for it to actually wake up. Very tricky one there. Go for you, try and skip the saw cycle. And that is the level done. Yeah, Sonic said the thing. He said, so this is why they call it the Skeleton Dome. And the funny thing is, the voice lines do repeat. It is literally just a circle when you get to that middle bit. The voice lines do repeat. And if it's your first time playing the level, they will repeat. Because you will miss enemies. I've done it in runs before. It's a pain. Anyway, this is how we put the king back together. We need to find the king's bones. And then we're going to speed break the king's hand. Because for some reason he tries to run away. We're trying to help. And he keeps running away. Anyway, we're going to do this. Grab a ring or two. And you might also notice at the beginning of every stage, I already have 5 rings. That is called ring bonus. It's actually not a skill we have for most of the run in any set. We have it at the beginning because that's when it's mostly useful. And then we just kind of unequip it because of the limitations we have with skill points. But here we don't have that problem. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stomp, go back. And that is exactly how you hit all the enemies there for free, no trouble. Speed break through this section. And I'm also going to speed break the king. Saves doing this entire section there. Otherwise you have to do a massive chase sequence through the gates. And hopefully, good cycle, yes it is. And we're actually going to go top path this time, so we can go for this flying pot skip. So we're going to get in this pot. No, we're not. We're going to get out of that pot. We're going to get in this pot. And we are now going to do a very odd flying left. So every time you fly, you can just go slightly more left. We're going to keep on doing that until we get to the end. And it actually will not let you stomp immediately there, so we will just not do that. And these gates don't spawn properly, so you can just run through them. Now that is a game issue. And that is it. Very good level. So now we have just one more before we get to the final area of the game, Night Palace. So this rampage is not one that we can abuse in the way that the others were. However, we are going to have a specific cycle of enemies to hit. So we're going to go 4 in this room, 5 in the next one, and 6 in the final one. There are backups. But as you can see, some of the enemies stay and some of them despawn. And some of them don't count. These skeletons do not count. But the skeletons at the end do count. Go figure. I don't know why. So yeah, fire gaze hits that one. So at very specific moments, as soon as you can homing attack them, we can go for those. And we're actually going to speed break through here. Gonna get hit, that is fine. That is okay. Just going to go a little bit slower here. Yeah, there we go, nice. And we're done. Sub-minute, still pretty good. So those enemies at the end, those skeletons do count. And even then, there are more switches under those boxes, which spawn more enemies. It's very easy when you know about the flying pot spawning a bunch of extra enemies in. Gives you a ton of backups to work with. So, final area. This is Night Palace. I'm actually going to turn on the light because it is now getting dark. Ironically. For Night Palace.
3, 2, 1, go!
So this is the point of the game where we would already have the skills we need.
So this is where a razor is.
There will be no more unlocks. There is a frame perfect slide here. We'll see if we can get it. Oh, we did! Oh my goodness. Okay, what a run. It's a Rommel. It's the Rommel. That is a frame perfect, essentially, trick. You do not have a big window there to slide. I don't know if it's the same with all these bonus skills, but I have only ever hit that once. Well, now twice. That is not easy. Yeah, that is literally FPD for this game. That is FPD. It's frame perfect there. Frame perfect slide. And it is a big time save too. It's not as big in this run, don't get me wrong, because we can just, you know, skip a bunch of stuff. But, yeah, it's still big. Alright, now we have a flying carpet auto-scroller section, except it's not actually that slow, it's pretty fast. But what we do need to do is remember where to dodge. So these spike balls are pretty tricky, but there is a bit of a cheese at the end. And this is how you do it. So, as soon as we clear this section, we are actually just going to hold top left, because that dodges all the enemies. And we're done.
He must be through here. Whoa! What the?
The room stretched. Something's come out.
So we now have some bonus rooms to work through, and honestly, for a game that came out 6 months into the Wii's life cycle, this looks very visually appealing. That is not what I expected to happen, and I really should have. Yeah, because these are like hexagonal floors, if you stay in the middle, then you're just gonna die. But thankfully we know exactly where the spears are gonna come from. And then we have this chamber. Now the funny thing is, the equivalent of Super Sonic in this game, Dark Spine Sonic, does not deplete rings every second. But in this gas chamber, you do lose rings every second. 2 per second. That's why there's so many bonus rings in there.
Just what is this?
Which actually could be pretty tricky. It's like the main point of this run in NG Plus where I don't want to be taking damage, because I'm going to be losing a lot of rings in that section. And Sonic gets squished. No, he doesn't actually get squished, he's fine. There's no squishing in this game. And we have one more. I will speed break this section, why not? We're not using that bonus speed break otherwise, might as well use it there. And there's a nice little hidden rail there for us. Makes it easy to get through. And this final bit, which we're going to go full right. The room is putting itself back together again. Whoa, that was big. And that is it, we are done.
So, we're finally here.
Stay confident. Let's go.
Yeah, that final obstacle doesn't let you go straight through for some reason. Sub 4 though, very nice. Next is another head-to-head with Uhu. There are not many of these in the run, but this one is by far the trickiest. So, the weird thing with Uhu is depending on the skills you have, as far as I'm aware, like what I've noticed, if you have more like good fast skills, that also does affect Uhu's abilities. Like Uhu will kind of use those skills in a way. So you can't just cheese Uhu by having really powerful skills. See if we can get the slide again. Okay, no we didn't. That's not what I wanted, and you die from that. Okay, right, that is fine. We're gonna go for this big slide. Nice. Invincible because of the slide. Land here. No. Go back. Yeah, you can't speed break through these rails, or through these ledges. You do actually have to play them. Or slide through them. One of the two. I don't really care. And then this section is really awkward because this spring changes way too quickly, but that is it. And we are done. 53, pretty good. Very nice, considering. So we have a very long Die Hard challenge now, and as we saw from Night Palace 1, these spears can get pretty tricky, so we will play a little bit safe, but also there are some risky strats we go for. Be interesting to see if we can hit them here.
3, 2, 1, go!
Where are we?
I'm feeling something strange.
Whoa. So it's these spheres. You want to do a jump, you want to do a jump dash, and then get through without landing in the pit. Very nice. Good first section. There is more. So here I'm going to go for a jump. Oh, not quite making it. That is fine. Yeah, you can actually get a jump and a homing attack onto one of those lights there, which gives you a pretty big boost. That is okay. Not a huge deal. And here we can actually speed brake on the platform, get straight through there.
Watch out!
And using the
Is it aiming for us?
powers we have, we can just dodge those. Go through a speed break this section. Having speed break for that is very useful.
Is the room spinning?
So here, we actually do have a little bit of a skip. We are going to go for a few enemies. We can go for a stomp. And that kills them all. So that opens the gate. However, if I go top right, speed break, didn't quite make it. That is fine. We have another attempt. We're going to go top right. Didn't quite make it. We took damage. We can technically go for it again. Oh no! That's fine.
3, 2,
Too close to the sun. What can I say? So if we hit that skip, what happens is we actually skip about 50 seconds there, so it is worth going for. It is a big skip in this game. You actually clip past the start there. Okay, nice, good section. Ooh, left that very late, but we managed to make it through. Yeah, you actually jump, like you get jumped up very high, and saves you doing the bit at the beginning of that area where you have to kill a bunch of enemies, do a bunch of launch rings. It saves a lot of time. So what we'll do this time...
Son, this is the wall from the room we were just in.
we will probably not do that. Well, not when we don't have any rings. We might still go for it again, but not a lot. We will do another speed break here, though. These platforms do fall if you're standing on them for too long. Oh, that one stood there. That's a shame. Because I wasn't moving forward. It just it got paused, and I was stuck inside of an obstacle. There's a little bit stun locked there. That's all good. Section. Yeah, we'll go for it again, why not? Whoa, that was very interesting interaction. Okay, sure. There we go. There's the skip we should hit the first time. Yeah, it's very, very precise. I normally aim around the top right for that. Managed to make it through eventually, though. And that's the goal. Right at the end. Such a shame, but it's fine. It happens. Clearly this run's still got some more potential. So this is a unique mission we have not yet seen in the run. It's called Hands Off. This is essentially finishing with 0 rings, but there is some little detail in the wording of that. Finish with 0 rings. We don't need to play the entire mission with 0 rings. We can just finish with 0 rings. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to grab a few rings, just to be safe, to not die. But we are going to get to the end with 0 rings. Because there is conveniently a massive red laser beam at the end of the mission, which we can get into. So speed break through here, not for too long though, because otherwise we are going to finish the mission. There we go. And as long as I don't jump, you will dodge the enemy, and that is it. Yeah, good game design, good game design. Very good. Listen, anything we can cheese in this game is good. The more things we can cheese, the better it is. And listen, playing the entire mission with 0 rings would have been very tricky. I like to think that's what they started with. Like, it was collect 0 rings in general. Like, ring equals death, but they realized that was too difficult. So they just said start, and they just said end with 0 rings. Technically, there is a reason why you would not want to collect any rings. Like, technically, you would want to collect 0 rings, because then you would get your 2 times multiplier. But it's very difficult to do that. So anyway, fire gaze means we are going to hit these middle enemies for free. We're also going to hit that last one for free with fire gaze. No, we need to go back a little further than that. So as long as you go in the middle, you will hit everything. Just going to have to go for one more here. We're going to go for 4 cycles and then move forward. We're not going to do it for everything here. There we go, managed to back that up. Then we're going to speed break forwards for about 1.5 seconds. Hit these. Going to delay my hits on the last one, otherwise I will get hit to this guy. Speed break again. And I will go for these ones, and that is it. You're done. Very, very quick mission. Slightly quicker by not farming just the beginning enemies on that one. Because there are those quick ones there, but also the ones after that are very slow. So we are now coming up to the boss duel. This is Eraser Jin. So this will be very tricky with the skills I have. Again, normally you lose 20 rings with no skills that decrease your defense. Or essentially increasing the number of rings you lose is decreasing defense. You filthy rat. Shouts to Argig. Argig loves that line. Sonic Speedrunner. So, we have 4 different attacks, as well as a main attack. The V1 we cannot attack him during. The straight line one we cannot attack him during. However, this one we can. This is the L. So he's going to go lean in, and we're going to hit him 3 times.
It's working. Now I just have to keep that up.
And because we are doing more laps of the arena, we are actually getting more of these rings appearing, which is a good thing in a way. Like, yes, we lose more rings, but we are also gaining more rings. Oh, unfortunate timing there. Losing 60 rings, as you can see. Very, very tricky this is. Just gotta slide to be safe there. Yeah, he's not attacking us just yet. Because I didn't hit him on the main attack, I was a bit too early on the jump. On the jump release. You have to very, very precise timing. You have to wait until the text disappears. Because I didn't hit him, he is now on a completely different cycle. And I also only hit him twice there, which is fine. Technically, that is intended. That is not what we want. I want a ring here. Yes, thank you. And he's going to go for a Z attack. Oh, hit him in the dead spot. So if you go for a left-hand side, which is harder because it's harder to dodge him by far. Obviously, the L is really hard because it's right there. The Z, you can thread the needle, technically, but yeah, very tricky. The left side has less dead zones for the homing attacks. So yeah, have to be very careful what you do here. No, not again. Okay, we're just going to have to go for a 0 rings for the end, I think. We'll see how it goes. Almost got hit. Okay. And that is it. Nice. Very good. Very scary losing 60 rings per hit. Very, very scary.
Alrighty, Razor, give up. You've lost.
And that is the level. But it's not the run. We still have more run. And usually at this stage of the run, you would actually have fake credits. However, that is not the case in NG+. So we actually do save a few minutes. Usually we would have to power off the console to skip the fake credits, turn it back on again. No, none of that. Straight into the final boss. MP13, last chapter, here it is. This is Alpha Layla wa Layla. So, Eraser Jin has absorbed some of the world rings. They are not Chaos Emeralds, they are very powerful. And he has become this thing. But Sonic has also done the same thing. Well, by accident. He's absorbed the world rings by accident. He's absorbed only 2. And he's now become this thing. But what we need to do now is defeat him with the power of Waggle again. So I need to, instead of the usual ways of increasing my soul gauge, I'm actually going to be doing this. And hopefully he will go for an attack now. I will go for this. That did not go through. That's a shame. So I actually tried to go for a backup ring there. That's fine. That's what I get for going for backups. So when you get to a full soul gauge, you will actually go for the big orb attack, which is what we just had. Oh, this is not going well, is it? You know what? I'm going to take a death. It's actually going to be faster for me to take a death at this point.
Always fill the soul gauge by moving the wheel remote.
It's a slightly different spawn point there when you respawn, so I do have to be careful. Got to know your backups. No, he's done it again. Yeah, he's going to do an attack here because I haven't managed to get him to get to a full soul gauge in time. That's a shame. There we go. Now we're there. So he's going to go backwards. Now we can go for the jump. Yeah, you can't do the attack straight away. And we just need to do this. And we're going to go for bicycle strap. Basically, because of me doing this, we are pretty much constantly attacking. Like, we're constantly getting motion inputs to go through. If at a very precise window, like a 3-frame window, there is an attack, and then at another very precise window there is not an attack, or a motion, that will basically cause him to... Okay, this is not going to be an attack. Yeah. That will basically cause him to take 13 hits instead of 12. And what that does is it finishes him off, because he has 25 HP. And conveniently, every hit guarantees 12 hits. So the last one just had to be one more. Like, if they made it any more hits to kill him, that wouldn't be an issue. Like, 2-cycle wouldn't be possible. And if they made it any less, then 2-cycle would be easy. That's 12 as well, so unfortunately no 2-cycle. Unless I miscounted. Nope. The lights shoot from him faster if it's a 2-cycle. I've hit it twice. Which means we have this slightly harder final phase. Oh no, got hit there. That's a shame. You might notice we're only taking 20 rings of damage now, which is good, obviously. And that is because there are no skills applicable to Alpha Layla Walayla. You just have a maxed out soul gauge for this. And as a result, you just lose 20 rings. Nice, dodging that. Very tricky one to dodge there. And time comes up on mission complete. We've got about another minute, 30 seconds to a minute. There's a big cutscene at the end. And a final hit, there it is. Yo Kane. Hello Super Mario Maker Iddy, hello. You're doing well. That is a run. That is any percent NG+. Pretty fun. Cuts out a lot of the slow bit at the beginning of the run. So it makes a nice marathon submission in my opinion. And that is time. 1:40:48. So this game is actually assessed on IGT, but because I'm using an existing save, it's not going to really work. Because obviously it just adds on to my save file. But that is it. Yeah, so as you can see, we are now at the end of the run. Thank you for the GGs, everyone. Thank you, Kane. Thanks, Droopy, Theon, James, Seagull. Thanks, Droopy. Thanks, Kenyoshi. Yeah, so, happy with that. Pretty good. Yeah, I would like to see this get into a marathon at some point. I like the fact that this is a more manageable amount of time for a run. Compared to, any percent is really hard to justify being 2 hours. Realistically, I can do any percent in like 1:55, but this is quite nice because we can tailor the run to the interesting parts rather than having to do Lost Prologue, which is just a bunch of tutorials basically. Although doing the tutorials with all the skills is quite funny. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I will see you next time. Alright, good run, however, because I started late, that is pretty much it for the stream. Yeah. Yeah, I think that will probably be it. Next stream, I think is Wednesday. Yeah, apologies, Kane. Pretty much got here at the last moment. Unless I finish... I could finish with Mario and SMBW. Because I actually, this morning, or like early afternoon, I finished off my 100% run. Like, save file. And I actually got to World 9. And I've only done like 2 levels. So I could do World 9 to end on. Do it. Alright. Sure. We'll do it. Why not? You've convinced me. You convinced me I should do it. Therefore I will do it. We can turn off double face cam though. We don't need crotch cam anymore. It's Mario Bros. That game is hard. Yeah, it is pretty hard. Forgot to send your VOD in the server. Yeah, you can definitely post that in promo. Yeah, Droopy is the hammer. Wait, why am I taking my batteries out? That's not what I need to do. I need to change the disc. Yeah, Mario games are pretty tricky in terms of actually making them fast to run. Yeah, I only did like 2 levels, but I do plan on this weekend doing a run back of this run. Even casually, yeah. I can see it. I find a lot of New Super Mario Bros. Wii's problem is the fact that they learned how to hide star coins behind the walls in this game. And that was really cool at first, until you realize that it becomes a little bit BS by the end. Like, you have a secret exit where you have to just run in like the metal blocks falling section in one of the castle levels. You have to pretty much run. The moment you spawn in from the pipe, you have like a 2-second window, not even that, to get into a hidden wall 4 blocks up. It's not even just a dead straight line, it's 4 blocks up. Like, how are you supposed to find it? And that's for a secret exit. It's big silly. It got bad in the Luigi U, yeah. Like, most of my notes are just where star coins are. Like, hidden star coins. It's awful, to be honest. Yeah, we're just gonna finish off the stream by doing NSMBW. I will try and run this back on Wednesday. There we go. On Wednesday? Why did I say Wednesday? Saturday. I said Wednesday in my head. I don't even remember what I said. In my head, I said Wednesday. Probably did say Wednesday. I mean Saturday. Change game title, yes. This is what I get when I try and do loads of things at once. Okay, let's do... World 9 learning for 100%. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Yeah, like on DS, because the screen was so small, it kind of just really restricted the star coins into being tricky rather than hard to find. Like, yes, you have pipes and things like that, and there were a lot of mini mushroom usages in that game, which are also their own problem. But this game is just a lot A lot more awkward. 9-7 dressed. Yeah, can I beat World 9 before 9 PM? Is that a good prediction? That might be a good prediction. Nah, surely that doesn't happen. Surely not. 34 minutes. Do I beat World 9 100% before 9 PM? Yes, no. 15 minutes. Go. Right, I need to get all the star coins in these levels as well. Bearing in mind, I already did 9-1 and 9-2, and most of 9-3 earlier. It's just that I kept dying, so I didn't finish it. I do need to open my notes, though. That's a great start. Yeah, like, this is the main reason why I wanted to run 100% in the first place, because everyone loves World 9, right? Everyone loves the hard levels. So do I, to be honest. Like, running 3D World, running Champions Road right at the end of a run. Like, yes, it's tricky, and yes, you might lose runs to it sometimes, but tricky levels in runs are hard. Fun sometimes. This is back upable. Nice. That's not back upable. Well, it's not if you... okay. It's not if that happens. There are no checkpoints. That is something. Yeah, Sonic is gone, now Mario lives. I need to open my notes. Where are my notes? Open the notes. This is the level I did play earlier. So I'm kind of worried now. Oh no. Okay, that just dropped my input straight up. Oh, I took damage again. Okay. That's fine. That's probably a cycle thing. Okay, I'm gonna wait till you come back. Nice. 6-6 is one of the worst levels in the game. Oh, don't do that. To be honest, I have not Are you serious? I've not committed the levels to memory yet. Need to finish it. You Deluxe. I actually found your channel looking for NSMBU speedruns on YouTube. Really? Wow. That is interesting. Oh, come on. You know what? I'm gonna take a death. I should have activated another ice flower. Yeah, it's a cool concept, but why would you think about walking into walls? Yeah, it's just bad game design, to be honest. Like, it just, yes, it requires, like, it encourages exploration to a point, but there is such a thing as too much exploration. It's a 2D Mario game. 3D, I get it. It's still not personally my thing to just keep exploring constantly until you find something in 3D, but it's at least a bit more justifiable because you've got so much more space to work with. In 2D, it's just, you know, it's just tedious. For no reason. Alright, the freestanding pipe. This one. That's got the star coin. No, can I get up, please? Let me up. Okay, sure. That'll do. Let me in. Oh, the Dark Raft level. Is that the one where you just use the mini rusher and run along the end? If so, that is really funny. I do like that level for the funny. But yeah, it is a bit of a silly level. Do not throw. Do not choke at the end. There is no way this prediction comes in as a win, by the way. Like, there is a 0% chance. Actually, you know what? Maybe 5%. Maybe 5% chance. Okay, right, we made it. Good.
Mario time.
Got 7 more levels. I got 3 minutes per level. There's no way. Like, I will use my power-ups, but... oh, I don't know. Okay. Below lift, in pipe, low in bricks, need Cooper. Okay, this one was alright earlier. I'll... stop. Stop taking damage. It's Keith. No. Wait, I want to go over here. Oh, hang on, no. I do this. Oh, thanks, Cooper. Sure. I think this is Starcoin 1. Is this Starcoin 1? Below, yeah, no, below lift. I already got that one. Oh, no. Okay. I don't like this. I'm just gonna throw this one away. No, Keith, stop. I'm gonna grab this one. Okay, sure. No way. Okay. No. There's no way! No way! There's no way. Oh, are you serious? Okay. I want to grab a fireflower. Oh, this is not happening. This prediction is not coming in, chat. It's not coming in. Should I refund it and extend it to 9:15? Because I feel like it was completely unreasonable. No, we'll stick with it. We'll stick with it. We're gonna be coming back. We're gonna come back. Yes. Listen, you play this game. You know how difficult this prediction is. You're gonna be swimming in fish by the end of this prediction. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Big gaming. It's fine. I just need to first try every level from this point on. It's fine. This prediction will come in as a win. Ah. Keith, go away, Keith. Oh, there's no way. Oh, I lost the Koopas. I need to grab this one. Right, go down here. Throw you in. Get you back. Please. Okay. Fine. Go. Okay. Wait for Keith. No, why are they all such awful cycles? Okay, go. Right. That's 2. That's 2 done. They're the 2 that I already did earlier. Yo, Crazyo, how's it going? Yeah. Keith got hands. What can I say? Fireflower. I'm just gonna keep using them. Yes, I'm gonna mess up my practice save, but... or my future practice save. Okay, this one I also played most of. So in theory, I should remember where the star coins are. There's one in a low pipe. Hidden in the clouds. Yeah, this one. Yo, Falcon, how's it going? Hope you're excited for 9-7. Yeah, 9-7 is a bit of a pain. Oh, I haven't done this as Big Mario, though. It's actually a bit harder. Yeah, I have a route for this one. Oh, okay. Do I want to just go for that? No, I have to wait for these. Oh, I missed Starcoin too. Hang on. Wait. Wait, we will back this up. Oh yeah, it's this one. Nice. Good. Yo, Sorka, how's it going? That is the wildest first time chat. Yeah, I hope your operation goes well. That is quite the detail as a first time chat, I have to say. Remedied very quickly by Sorka. VIP that chatter. That is a drywall message. Yeah, I have to say, that is a drywall level message. Zorka, you will fit in very well. Hope it's going well. I don't really know where to go from here. Let me just play the game. 9-4. Alright, Ice Flower. Yeah, this level also sucks. We will be using Ice Flower here just to start us off in a good spot. There are like 3 Ice Flowers, but I need one at a specific point. This one is not easy. You 100% in 97 the first try on your second 100% playthrough. When you got your first 2 soft-modded Wii's and you was over the moon, yeah. Some of these levels are tough. Like, all of them are pretty much on the path, but they're very tricky. Like, this is what Star Coins should be. I hate to say it, like, this is tough in a run, but this is what Star Coins should be. Difficult. But they're all there. You can see them. I mean, the pipe one is awful because you can't see it. But it's still at least a bit more fair than just hidden. Do you think this game should have got a Switch port? I mean... Oh no, that's not good. Do I need that Ice Flower at that point, or is there another one I can get? No, I can't get that. I can't get that. That's just not happening. Yeah, I took damage again, so I don't think I would have been able to do it. Oh, I should have used the mushroom. It's fine. Alright, come on. Thank you for the follow, Zorka, as well. Appreciate it. First playthrough took you like 20 attempts. Yeah, that does not even surprise me, to be honest. I don't think I've ever 100%ed this game, so there is a chance that you are watching my first completion of this. And I'm also using a D-pad that drifts, which is not helpful. Please stop. Like, it's giving me an input when I'm not going in that direction. Don't do that. Honestly, some of the star coins in the level coming up are also pretty tricky. The one with all like the ice that you can break. Oh my goodness. I wonder if you can hit the fireballs with the ice to destroy them. That's the thing currently going through my head. No. We will grab that. Sometimes get that with the left input. Yeah, mine seems to happen with down and right. It's a shame because my red Wii remote I used to use all the time for like tanks and games like that, but I just can't now because of this. Please. Thank you. Stop activating that. What are you doing? The pipe is gone! The pipe is gone! The pipe is gone. I can't wall jump on a pipe that is gone. Alright, mushroom. Why did I think this prediction was a good idea? I'm probably not even gonna beat this by the end of the stream. I haven't got much longer than until 9 PM for the whole stream. Yeah, you can chill down Bob-Ombs with Ice Flower. I probably should do that. Because then they'll just stay on the platform as an entity. And then when they respawn, they are back to a regular Bob-Omb. Like a walking Bob-Omb. Okay, you can't freeze the ice. Mythbusters. Successfully busted that myth. That was not really a myth, it was just a myth to me. That counts, right? Right, don't get squished. Okay. Sure. There are just too many fire piranha plants going on here. Okay, there are another 2 ice flowers. This one's the first. Grab that. Okay, fine. Don't need to bother with that. Sure. That works. Yeah, it will just fall down. Okay, so do I want them to just get on? I guess so. No, that was silly, that was silly, that was silly. Yeah, you just have to go for the wall jump. Do I own Piku Niku? I do not. I've heard of it, but I do not own it. And I do not know anything about it. Oh. So yeah, this Bob-Omb will be back to a walking Bob-Omb. Okay, if I didn't kill it. This Bob-Omb will be back to a walking Bob-Omb. Oh! There's another hidden. I did not know. There are like 5 ice flowers in this level then. Understandably, but there are. Ooh, that was close. Didn't realise how much I'd need to lock in for this level. I'm gonna be honest, I'm glad I couldn't finish the run a couple of weeks ago. Because clearly I needed this to warm up to do runs. Rather than just going straight into doing a run. Interesting place for that to freeze. Right, I'm gonna stay here because the fire piranha will then be on set kind of cycles. Okay, I like that strat. It seems very risky, but it's not. It's less risky than anything else I know. Okay. Do we first try this one? If we don't, I'm banking these star coins. I'm just gonna finish the level, assuming I don't die going for this. Which we probably will. Okay, that's fine. Get off! Get off! I do like how it freezes here. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay, it's not over. It's not over. It's not over. Don't get carried away. There are pipes to clear. Okay, I'm happy with that. I thought that was going to be the bottleneck. It was not the bottleneck. Oh my god, I love that child dance. Amazing emote. Okay, we go to 9-6 now. 13 minutes. You know what? It's still possible. It's still possible. Barely. If I pop off now, it's possible. Surely that happens. Okay, so... there's one that's like hidden in a block somewhere. So that's this one. That was way too close. Okay, so that's one. I'm gonna lock in now. There's a really difficult start coin at the end that I know. Oh! Okay. Take it. I don't think I need this. It's fine. No. Okay, I don't really like that being there, but sure. Get out. Most irritating enemy ever. Stop it. Okay. Case in point. Oh no. I'm going all in on the red coins. No, it's too high. Okay, please give me a mushroom. Thank you. No. No way. Oh, no. Nice win, Theon. Yeah, those amps are such a pain in DS as well. If I don't fail any more levels, this could be really down to the wire for a 9 PM finish. I do have to start rushing though. And that will probably cost me another life if I'm honest. Okay. See, how hard was it to triple jump? How hard was it really? Okay, take your time on this bit. Okay. Okay. I'm not going for it on this one. Oh, you? Are you serious? Go away. I better not spawn another one. Are you serious? Go away. Okay. Alright. That actually was not the worst. Mods are rigging the credits leaderboard. Yep. It's not at all because mods are often quite active. Not at all. No. Okay, 9-7. We've got 9 minutes. Come on, we can do this. Above ice, under ice, under ice. Those are all my notes. Those are my entire notes. Right, just hurry up. Hurry up and this should be not terrible. Well, no, it will be terrible, actually. It will be terrible. Are you... 3? 3 hits? Right, no, we're taking this. Go. I've got a note that I want to have a fire flower, and I know why. Like, that should be obvious. Okay. Okay. No. Oh! Oh my god! Okay! 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 Okay, we're back on track. We got 4 minutes per level. What? Okay. Absolute gamer, never mind. Never mind. Okay, 9-8. Listen, if I do this before 9 PM, this is daylight robbery for doubters. This is daylight robbery. There is no way I've ever had a harder prediction against myself that I put down. Like, I realized as I was doing it how stupid it was. Okay, don't hit me. No, wait, I need that, actually. No, I need that. Okay, sure. That's fine, that's fine. I just need to grab a power-up. That's all I need. Alright. Just grab a power-up and it gives me a prop. You said it, not me. I never said it was free. Oh, shut up, Toad. There you go. See, if the propeller is attached to my head, it's easy. Pretty sure one of these has a minion as well. Which I obviously do not want, because I do not need. No. Well, that was just silly. Oh, well, that could be alright. No, don't give me that. I don't want that. No, I don't want that. Why is it... Oh, it's stopped chasing me now. Oh, okay, fine. And then the last one is in the big bullet bill ones anyway. So this should be okay. Is one of these a prop? No, it's a mini again. Of course it is. Of course it is. There you go, there's a prop. What are those big guys called? I forget what the big guys are. Are you serious? King bills. Oh! Give me prop, give me prop. I want... Oh, it flies really low. That's a good touch, actually. Thank you, game. Good game design. Okay. Did I miss it? No, it's in here, isn't it? Yeah, it's a really weird final level. Like, it's not a challenge level, it's just kind of here. Like, it's more of a celebration that you made it to the end of the game. But it is funny that this unlocks for beating World 8. I bet the IL goes hard for this. just making sure you get to the end. Yeah, IO world record. Yes! Let's go. That's gotta be IO world record. I was holding right. Unless there's some weirdness going on. Okay. Surely we win this first try. Surely. I mean, if I win this first try, I will be absolutely stunned. Okay. Listen. 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 No, you know what? It's tactical. I'm going to do 2 plays. I'm going to do 2 plays. This is the first one. That was a phantom input, but don't do that, game. Right, this is the first one. This is the first play. Okay. Okay. Come on. It's 9 PM based on my time, by the way. No. Right, we got... It doesn't show seconds on my Windows 11. Windows 11 sucks. 0 out of 10. 0 out of 11. Does not show me seconds. I got 2 minutes 10. I got 2 minutes. As soon as this goes in, it's gonna be 8:58. Come on. Nope. Okay. Now I just need to win. Okay. That's fine. Just don't get squished by a block or something. That would never happen, surely. Okay, I don't like that I don't have prop for the end. Okay, okay, okay. Right, we're getting rid of that. That's it, we're done. There is no way. There's no way. There's no way. There is actually no way. That has got to be the hardest prediction I've ever won. Okay, nice. GG's. Time. Time. Like, there is a universe where that took me another hour. Yes, we do beat 9. We do beat World 9 before 9 PM. How? I have no idea. Don't ask me to do it again. 9-7 first try, clutched up. Honestly, that was the big turning point. Leah's gotten the IO world record for any percent and hundo. Oh, let's go. I can't believe that. That's just funny. And only got 4K. Wait, were you the only one? Yeah, you're the only one who put money on it. Seagull was the only one who put on a loss. GG's. Alright, good run. So, this is now my practice save, I guess. With 1 propeller. So, yeah, actually remember to save this time. Never forget the fact that in my, like, 4-hour attempt of 100% the first time, 2 weeks ago, I forgot to save. I didn't finish it in that stream, and I thought, oh, I'll just finish it offline, and then we'll come back and do it another time. Yeah, no, I forgot to save. I powered off the console, like an hour later, and forgot to save. That was not a good moment. I knew what I did as soon as I started pressing the button. Yeah, time to farm props, yep. I think I can now play the Toad houses over and over again though, right? So that's at least something. Yo, Zork almost winning Super Jackpot. That would have been like the second time that's ever happened to someone who's been in the first time. Yeah, we can keep on farming props now. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I shall do that at some point. But hopefully this Saturday I will run back the 100% run. That does give me confidence. That gives me additional hubris to redeem on Saturday, I reckon. But that will wait until Saturday. Thank you for watching, everyone. Let's see who's live. Let's see who we can send you all off to. So next stream will be Wednesday. Probably going to still do some, maybe some welcome tour runs. What did I put on Wednesday's stream? Let's have a look. Streams are going to be a bit sporadic in September, by the way, because we've got a lot going on. Oh, hexadecathlon practice. Yeah, I really should do that, shouldn't I? Yeah, there is something going on called the hexadecathlon. It's a 9-hour speedrun that I, for some reason, am doing. So, pretty much 16 categories in Wii Series. Every game except Wii Chess. Even Wii Music's in there. I still need to learn it offline. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you as well, Zorka, for the follow. Appreciate it. But yeah, so 12 PM on next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday, there will be the hexadecathlon. It is a 9-hour speedrun for me, 16 categories. They were all part of the Wii Series Olympics LTA we had. And now we decided, what if we just do a run where you do them all back to back? And that is what hexadecathlon is. It is also the hardest category name ever. So I have to do a run, legally. But it shouldn't take 9 hours. It's just that I'm bad. Like, the sum of all the gold medal times is like 6 hours or something. Like the gold barrier in the actual LTA itself. But talking of LTAs, we also have another one coming up with $450 in the prize pot. We play Break the Record. That's going to be happening on the Resort Fest channel. So if you want streams from me on the 13th, 14th, 20th and the 21st of September, the Saturdays and the Sundays, I will be re-streaming over there. There will be a big long stream on the first day. Well, technically Friday is the first day, but Saturday is the first full day. There will be a big stream over there. I won't be there the whole time. I'll just be re-streaming for some of it. But if no one is doing runs at some point, then that will be the stage that I will step in and do runs instead. Thank you for the GG as well, Kane. Yeah, thanks for the GGs, everyone. Yeah, and then obviously next month we also have the schedule reveal for gofish. Submissions are still open for that. We are accepting as many games featuring fish as possible. We're raising money for mermaids. That's our 3rd year doing so as well. This is the 2-year anniversary of the event, but it spans 3 years. So go ahead over there. Definitely not reminded by NT posting the kingfish emote. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, who is live? I should have really been looking while I was rambling, but I find it very difficult to do both at the same time. Wow, Cindy's live. Wow, should we go raid Cindy? I never get to raid Cindy. That's like the first time ever, maybe. Should we go raid Cindy? I think that is a good idea. Let's go raid Cindy. She's currently doing Resort. She's also one of the organisers. She's the admin for Wii Series Speedrunning. She's one of the mods for Wii Play. And she's also helping out with like posters and stuff and overlays, because I'm bad at that. So she's helping out for the LTA. So go head over there, go wish her good luck. Yeah. Yeah, please go submit to gofish, because we need submissions. Otherwise, I cannot fill a schedule, and I would like that. You don't even have to run a fish game. You can run a non-fish game, and it will get in. The priority is filling the schedule, and then the priority is getting fish games in. But it's more of a good thing to to have as a bonus, I guess. You don't want to be a third of the event. Trust me, if that was the case, then I would just be shortening the event. I'm not going to expect people to do a third of the runs in an event. Like, that's not happening. Yeah, I mean, I will personally step in and do some runs if needed as well, but yeah, we would just shorten the event at that point. But this is exactly what we went through last year as well. There are low submissions and then it just picks up at the end. It always does on Angus. Yeah, Kane, maybe we could use that Kirby submission. That could be a good idea. Okay, thanks everyone for watching. Bye!